for men. I'm coming here to represent myself and a few. We living in a century where we living on lies. Society said the girls and we have to comply. We gonna pay reviews, we don't get reviews. Not for we get broken and we fall into the news. But it's all the brothers say we gonna take a stand. Representing hope, bringing in the brand. We gonna take a brother hand in hand. Empower any beast, every boy, every man. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, you're gonna see heaven. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, my friend. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. My brothers say we here for you. I understand the trouble, but I've been there too. No diminution can come by you. All the belly makes a pain that they put me through. But look upon the horizon. See mankind winning and rising. Rejecting, coming and fighting. Oh Lord, this is so exciting. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, you're gonna see heaven. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, my friend. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. We living in a century where we living on lies. Society said the girls and we have to comply. We gonna pay reviews, we don't get reviews. Not for we get broken and we fall into the news. But it's all the brothers say we gonna take a stand. Representing hope, bringing in the brand. We gonna take a brother hand in hand. Empower any beast, every boy, every man. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, you're gonna see heaven. Learn me. I just want to repeat my life slowly. Look close, my friend. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. I have a right, I have a right, I have a voice, I have a voice. Make it right, make it right. We don't have to fight this. You've been faithful, Lord. You've been faithful.
Oh Lord, I'm glad you know my name. You set my heart aflame. You set my feet on a solid rock to stay. I'm glad I made this choice. You've given me a voice, and now I can rejoice.
Watch it go and move. They call me Mr. Diligent. When me meet a the Lord, I'm dining with the president. Thankful for my warriors who bring me through this testament. Calling on my warriors, calling on my warriors. Everything me put me have to do in it full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising him full 100. Working in the ministry, we working in full 100. Working in full 100, working in full 100. Everything we put we have to do in it full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising him full 100. Working in the ministry, we working in full 100. Working in full 100.
Oh Lord, I'm glad you know my name. You set my heart aflame. You set my feet on a solid rock to stay. I'm glad I made this choice. You've given me a voice, and now I can rejoice.
DJ, turn that music up, yes, turn it up louder. Never make it stop. Take the message to the border. This is is how we do it. Cause we talk the truth to power. Walking in the spirit, walking in the water. Happy that we blessed. Full 100, walking in forgiveness. Full 100, healing from disease. Full 100, totally redeemed. Full 100, strength for the youth. Full 100, friendly with the truth. Full 100, free from oppression. Full 100, are we on a mission? Full 100.
I'm glad you know my name. You set my heart aflame. You set my feet on solid ground. I'm glad I made this choice. You've given me a voice, and now I can rejoice.
They call me Mr. Diligent. When me wings are season, I'm dining with the president. Thankful for the warriors who bring me through the testament. Bring me through the testament. Bring me through the testament. Everything we put, we have to do it in full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising in full 100. Working in the ministry, we working in full 100. Working in full 100. Working in full 100. Everything we put, we have to do it in full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising in full 100. Working in the ministry, we working in full 100. Working in full 100. Working in full 100.
I'm glad you know my name. You set my heart aflame. You set my feet on solid ground. I'm glad I made this choice. You've given me a voice, and now I can rejoice. Yeah.
Well. That is a good friend of mine called Ted Jones. Ted Jones is a friend. You ever had that kind of friend that you're always arguing with, no matter what the topic, you're always arguing? That's me and Ted. I don't think a single day does pass without me and Ted getting away. He's the guy who sang that song. I mean, he's talented in a number of areas and so on. But just over the other, we just always clash. But, good evening, everybody. Frida Leaks, thank you very much for joining us all the way from the United States. Kenneth Hodge, thank you for being a loyal listener. Always on. And as soon as 8 o'clock come and you don't see me, and no one to hear me phone ping, is Hodge. Nicely. Thank you very much. Pamela Martin, good evening to you, Michael, and all your loyal listeners. I'm inside the classroom, seated and listening attentively. Rock and come in, my girl. Timothy Benjamin, another good loyal listener. Good evening to you and your wife and your entire family. Right? So, we have people from different parts of the world who usually join us and so on. We're happy to have you all on. Last week, we did start a topic that people called me on and had quite a bit of discussion post-program on the topic. Yes, I think it helped us to be able to understand some of the reasons why some people are still single. We did say that it is recorded in the United States in their census that 117.6 million people are single, eligible to marry, but single. That's a lot of people. So we wanted to find out what causing it. And so we pulled up some of the people who did the research and so on, and so I'm sharing those with you. Candice Alexander, you're coming late in the class. Take a seat in the back. Rock and come in, however. Alright. Make sure you call somebody and tell them we are on. We are on live on Mike at Night. Yes. Alright, so just as a quick recap, because I'm trying to be such an accommodating person, I will do the recap for those who missed last week and those who forgot last week what we spoke about. So, in our discussion last week, what we did say, I think we shared 3 of the many angles that we are going with as to what causes people to be single. Now I want number one to remain for those people who will be calling me and tell me, Mike, you know, behave as though singleness, something wrong with that, and we mustn't be able to let people think that something wrong with single. I have never done that on this show. But you see, the people bring the narrative from what they're experiencing and say so. I've always said, even in workshops that I do throughout the region, the Caribbean, I usually say that nothing is wrong being single once a person chooses to be single. There are some people genuinely happy single. They would rather their single life than be in a relationship with somebody who gives them stress. And that is okay. Also recognize that people become single and they are happy single now. But that does not mean that they will be happy single the rest of their lives. Because you change over years, you change your thinking, and you change what you desire or put as priority in your life. So while you are young, your studies, traveling, owning, and going for mortgage to build your own house and so on may take up the priority of a single person. But then after, many people settle down and now they want a relationship. Sometimes that is a bit late, because when you are at a certain age, particularly as women age, their marketability, let's use that term, and you take the term as it is meant to be delivered, from the standpoint of helping us to understand the desirability of a woman decreases the more she ages, and also the more children she has, the more relationships she's entered and exited, marriage, divorce, etc., her marketability declines. So while she's young and she's marketable, she's desirable, and that is usually in her 20s, is when she meets probably her peak as she 20s, mid-20s and approaching 30s. From the time she hits 30s and start coming out, her marketability starts to take the seat. Don't quarrel with me with this, people. Let me tell you all. If you do the research, you'll see the people who do the social sciences say so. You understand? So, this is why you'll find a 60-year-old man is likely to go with a 25-year-old girl, because she's marketable at that age. A 60-year-old man most likely is not looking for a 60-year-old woman. You all understand me? However, it is said, you may disagree with it, it is said that a man is not very marketable when he's in his teens and early 20s. He's not desirable. The average girl does not want him. She does not want a guy her own age. She does not want a guy younger than her. She wants a guy older than her. Now, this is not everybody's situation, people, because so don't call me and tell me, well, not my situation. We're not talking about you. We are talking about the general populace. So you're going to find that a girl is attracted to a man who has already gotten his act together. He has his house, he has his land, he has job, he has position, and they don't make bones to say that is the kind of man they want. He must have 6 figures. You're not going to have a 17-year-old with a 6 figure. Where do you think you get that in? The older men. So they admit that they're looking for older men because his marketability increases as he ages. Because while he's young, he owns nothing. He doesn't own house, cat, mouse. But as he hits his 30s, his 40s, his 50s, 60s, and his 60s when he gets gratuity and pension and all of that. If all you don't agree with me, all you say so, all you could write that, it doesn't change the price of cocoa in this shed. Alright? Lenore Francis, you can come in, have a seat. We in class. Alright. I see Hodge asking if it's the same men. I don't know what the question is, Hodge. You need to be able to phrase that question so that I could get it. Alright? Ayana Mackenzie. What can come in, Ayana? Nice. So, I hope you all getting the point. If you want to challenge me, call 868-480-0080. It's on the screen. You can challenge me. Let us rap. Yeah. Charmaine, boys. I hope all's well. Right? I was supposed to give you a call, girl. I have been such a delinquent. But please, know that I've had you in my thoughts. Good evening to you. Alright, so you all got that. So, if what they say is right, his marketability increases. When a woman says that she wants to be single and she wants to be by herself and all of that, and she wants to acquire all of these things while she is young, by the time she admits 35, 40 years old and she wants to settle down, her man is already with children with some other woman. Her man is already occupied with somebody else. She might have to share a man. All kind of things happen. And she finds that she is single now. So I want people who choose preference of being single to take that in mind. That you might be happy with it now. You might boast about it now. But I've met people as they age say that they made a wrong call. They did not calculate the future impact of their current decisions. We only saw it from now. Yeah? So back to preference. I have met people who are genuinely happy being single. I was just liming with an old lady of mine in Barbados. She's 89, I think she is. She never married. I say, are you planning to get married? She said, no, Mike. I'm happy just so. I don't want to cook for nobody. I don't want nobody to ask me no question, to account to nobody. And she's always smiling. She's always in a good mood. 89 years old. Lovely, lovely lady. So I know there are people. I know there are young people also happy single. Middle-aged people happy being single. So that is true. So that's one of them. Alright? If you have any questions, people, if you are disagreeing with what I'm saying, feel free to write it. I am very open to hear it. If you also agree with what I'm saying, you can also say that. You can put some hearts up there. That also helps our program by you putting hearts and your comments, etc. Oh, Miguel Charmaine, you went Dominica for the ladies thing, mister? You saw my wife up there? Sure not. Yeah. Yeah. Nicely. But I saw it online. Quite good. There's a lady who made a nice presentation there. I don't know her name. Was it a Harris girl? Somebody. But it was quite a nice presentation. Timothy says, if a teenager has 6 figures, then the gold spoon still in his mouth? Just a thought. Gold spoon, the average. You know what is the chances of a 16-year-old person or 17-year-old person in our context and the Caribbean of having a 6-figure job? It is easier for you to be struck by lightning on a sunny day than for you to find that in the Caribbean. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because you see lightning and thunder in some sunlight also. So I'm just telling you. Alright, but being marketable, is it the same for men? I mean, alright, but I hope I answered you, Chef, that men in their early years are not marketable, and that's the time women reject men. And by the time men are marketable, the woman is too old. He is looking for a younger market. Alright? So, I thought I'd share that. Tammy Harris, Romaine, that's right. That lady impressed me. She did. What was I doing listening ladies conference? Where I find that sometimes the ladies have some very interesting things to say, very progressive. And I actually think that sometimes if men listening, we're going to get some ideas from the ladies. But that's another talk by itself. All right. So, preference. The second thing is the past. Some single people have some past issues that they're still grappling with. Some hurts that they came through that they have not overcome. That's also another thing. So because they've had some problems in the past, they superimpose it on the present. And that's why they say if 50% of your first marriage fail, if a person marries a second time, there is a 60% that that marriage will fail. The statistics are there. You can go and Google it. And then third marriages is 70% that fails. And they said the reason might be, this is my proffer, the reason might be that we come out with some pain from the last one when we determined not to be hurt, we determined not to be caught off guard like that one. So we become hyper vigilant, looking for things that go wrong that may not be there in this partner but was in the last one. So the last one used to come home late under slackness. The last one used to AWOL, missing in action. Right? So this next one coming in late, genuinely working, genuinely fighting to keep his family afloat financially, and still gets blamed for under suspicion of committing a crime. Yeah? So we go in with more venom. The last guy abused you. You don't trust this next one. You see? The last woman treated you a certain way, and you think this next woman is going to do the same. So we go in with all kinds of issues. Alright. So we go in now to yes, we go into the third one that we did. The third one that we did said that there were dating challenges, and we're going to go in some more with that dating challenge. The dating challenge really has to deal with when a person is dating, they risk building up various degrees of bitterness and becoming very defensive because of some of the experiences they got through in dating. Some people blow hot and cold during dating. So if you dating a hot and cold person, one time the person you're hearing from them, the next, and you're always going out on the weekend, and then bam, after 3 weeks, nothing, no call, you haven't been able to go out, and then 3 weeks later the person shows up again. So are they interested or they're not interested? So that hot and cold make you tell yourself, you see that them kind of games, I can't handle them games. So you put up a defense against people. This defense could cause some people, particularly women, to say, me, as soon as I see things going wrong, I cut out. So they exit a relationship before the relationship exit them. They are out of it anytime something shows up awry or a red flag goes up. But there are things that may appear as red flags. Somebody said you must investigate before you invest. Don't just run off and just call it quits because you just feel as though something not right. You understand? Men, same thing. A man would be in a relationship just as good as ever, and all of a sudden he lose interest, right? And he's gone. Or he sees a girl talking to somebody, he gets jealous and he feels, well, like she has somebody else, and he's gone. So those sort of defensiveness that you're going to preserve yourself from pain. You see that burglar proof that we put on to keep out unwanted people is the same burglar proof that also keep out people who you would like to enter into your heart and into your life. So you might have to unlock that burglar proof and be vulnerable enough to select carefully who comes into your heart, but risk the pain of it taking place. Join me for more tips on heartache. You understand me? This is real. This is real, my people, I'm telling you. Alright, let me see what's going on here. Edward Jones, you see, at the start I was telling them before you came on late that you are a very talented fella. Me and you close. But I told him that me and you does always fall out. And you see how we're going to fall out again tonight? Look the hour. 8:30. Half the program gone. And you now coming in the program. And you call yourself my friend. That makes sense? That is what does get me and you always arguing. You understand me? So all the things I tell them about how good you are, I withdraw them. Anyway, Charmaine now. There are times, says Chef, that I think that there is no hope for me having an intimate relationship. Chef. You got to change that. The polarity, whatever goes through your mind creates an energy in your life. Have you ever, let me tell you, because Chef is not unique in this situation. I'm saying this not just for Chef, but saying it for a number of us. Your mind is powerful. Whatever it is you think, you become. The Bible says, as a man, woman, thinks in his heart, her heart, so is he. That's who you become. So I thank you, Chef, for raising that, because it now gives me a good inroad into this thing. Do you know that they have said that more people become sick by the pronouncement of a doctor than the sickness itself? There are people healthy as ever when they go to the doctor. Just go for a checkup. They feel no pain, no sickness, no nothing. From the time the doctors say, we have a concern, we need to do some more tests. You're not going home and eating ice cream and cake and so on. You lose appetite because you're wondering what happened. Just the saying that has and what comes into your head makes you think it is real. By the time you go back and do your test, they realize nothing is wrong. False positive test. You understand? So that now you feel good. So when somebody says, I feel I will not meet an intimate partner, it makes a person behave in that way. The Bible says about God, He called those things that are not as though they were. God was bright enough not to know, not to focus on the negative side, on what He doesn't want. He focused on what He wanted. Charmaine says she doesn't want to get married a second time, far less a third. You're right. Sometimes, we're not in a very good situation, but it is better for us to make do with that than to go and start all over again. It has too many implications. And I usually say the people who come out good are lawyers. Lawyers. When you and your husband break up, a lawyer must be to do this. Ah boy, come to me. Yeah, because they'll make mince off of all you. Good evening, Joy. Welcome on board, Joy. Alright. Alright, so let's continue. So that defensiveness, cause us to become increasingly self-protective, closed off. In our adult relationship, we may resist being too vulnerable or write people off too easily and too early. You cut down the tree before the harvest was ready because you did not see the tree bearing in time that you set for it. So some of us close off some good relationships that had good budding times, but we so quick for the relationship that is not going fast enough for what we want. But the other person is taking time, and that may be a good thing. I must play this song, but then Facebook is going to cut the program if I play it because they will say copyright. So take time to know her is a song, and if we take time, we have a better relationship outcome. Alright, so let's go. So we have said time is not flying to go nowhere. Yeah, my boy, time is flying to go nowhere. You must I don't know what your age is, Chef, but I've known of men who got married in their 70s. I've known of women who got married in their 70s. I performed marriage with a woman in her 70s. Yeah? So, I know. And that marriage worked. Okay, now. So let's make this quick break and then I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh, right. We're back. Right. So, where was we? Yeah. So we're talking about some of those challenges that we've had. Defenses, we call them. Alright, let me see whether there's any discussion going on online. Baba. Also with me, there are no locked doors. Okay. Shaman asking if you Jesus tell you that. Yeah. The other old man in the Bible was near 100 and God said you will make a child, you know. The wife laughed. Don't laugh at yourself, Chef. Things could happen. Things could happen, let me tell you. He does all things well. So, as he's talking about that, there are people, and Chef, listen to me and everybody else. We are magnets. We pull into our lives, attract into our lives based on who we are. If we change who we are, sometimes we are okay with the way we are, but the way we are does not fit into how it meets and is compatible or connects to somebody else. And there are people who say I'm not changing for nobody. well then that means you can only live with yourself. But if you are telling yourself, I'm looking for compatibility, there must be a willingness to adjust. Because if you are looking for a part for a car and it is not the original part for the car, you must make some adjustments. You might have to cut off part, put in an next part, do some adjustments to make it compatible. And oftentimes I tell people, if you really want to make it into a relationship with somebody, start making the changes in you. You can't change other people, because you are going to be a magnet attracting people into your life, and probably your magnet has the wrong polarity. I'm talking to everybody here now, not just Chef, to everybody. If the polarity changes, it could change, because sometimes if you put the magnets against each other, they will repel each other. You ever try putting the magnet on the two negative sides and you can hardly bring them to touch each other? Right. So you might need to adjust the magnet, adjust that gravitational pull. But we are not conscious of the issues that we have. But we do a program, by the way, and let me promote that program one time. On my website is a program that's called In Search of Self. That program, In Search of Self, what it does, it helps people to find themselves, because we do not know ourselves. The Bible says, a man, how can he even know himself? Yes? Because the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Right? So it is important for us to know ourselves. On my website, www.michael.stewart, there are videos. There are 14 videos I put there to help people to go there, sign up for the program. I think it's $410 if I'm not mistaken, TT. I think that is it. That you can take your time at your own pace to listen to those 14 videos. It will tell you who you are. When you start listening to those videos, you will say, hey, that is me. Right? And it will tell you how you will show up in people's lives. Then you can always contact me. I could meet with some of you all virtually and try to help you understand what's going on. But that is a program that I would really want you all to encounter. Right? In Search of Self it is. The website is www.michaelatstewart.com. www.michaelatstewart.com. Those here I didn't tell you. Some people just have good intentions but don't take the actions that they need. But it's going to change and transform your thinking. We've seen people change and transform their thinking, and they didn't go and look for a partner. A partner came into their lives. Let me show you how it works. If I have drunken friends in my life, they always hang around me, there's a high chance I drink. So if I'm drinking, these friends will like a drinker, generally. So I could do one or two things. I could chase the friends and say, fellas, all of be drinking too much, and I trying to give up drinking, so all stop pass by me. That group of fellas could stop pass by you, but a new set of drinkers will be still attracted to you, because you are still the same. You still drinking. Now if you decide to stop drink, I'm not buying drinks for nobody, I'm not sponsoring nobody no drink. When you come online with me, not a shot. You know what happens to those people who come there looking for drink? After a while, they're going to tell themselves, may I pass in by Stewart now, because he has nothing that he to drink. He too cheap. They will leave me. They will find new friends. Friends who drink. Friends who lime. Friends who fet. Whatever it is, they will go where they find their comfort zone. The people who are in our lives find comfort zone in us, or the people who are repelled do not like the energy. the setting that we have. So then they will leave. But here's what, when those drunken people leave, new drunken people not coming, because there's nothing that brings them into me, because there is no, I don't drink, I don't sponsor, you're not getting a single thing. But you see people who like sober people, they're going to like Michael Stewart company. After a while, they can say, I could sit down and have a good conversation with Stewart. I could sit down and talk to him with things that make sense. No bad word. We could argue and do cuss. Yeah, those type of people would come. And that's the same thing that happens in relationship. People sense us in relationship. There's plenty thing I just give you there, you know, my boy Hodge, and everybody else. Plenty talk I just give you there. So when you see we run out of time and I ain't finished this topic again today, it's because of all of them great questions that come in through. Right? I said it. Alright. Curtis, Harry, I wonder if the Curtis Harry I know boy, my schoolmate. Curtis. Hey boy. Not, I ain't see or hear from you a long time. When I was single, says Timothy, I went to the movies and I bought a lot of stuff to eat and drink while I take in the movies. I was the only single person in there. Everybody else paid off. Sit down and hug each other, you could imagine. Smooching. You are alone with popcorn, my boy. I asked God silently, I'm lonely, Lord. And the Lord heard me. Yep, and you got yourself a nice wife. Thank the Lord. What about acceptance in spite of? Alright. Yes, somebody could accept their state, because the Bible says that we need to be contented in whatever state we are in. We need to have a contentment, because godliness with contentment is great gain. So even if we want somebody, we must be contented not having somebody. Because as we said last week, the person who's contented not having somebody is the person who is right and ready for a relationship. But the person who figure that they're unhappy and they don't want to be single and so on, they may not be very right for a relationship, because they may go in codependent, which means I'm hoping that this person now makes me happy. That person has to work hard now to keep you happy, and that could frustrate them. So that codependency could cause, after you go in there and you are not getting the happiness you look for, you want to come back out and say, see, it's not working. I have a friend, she got married, the relationship didn't work. She said, right, she said the issue was her husband, and she stayed single for a while. She said men not good, stay single, but she told herself so much about men not good. Surprisingly, she got married eventually. Right? So she got married eventually. I said, how is it going? She said, yes, it's going good. The problem was the hurt that I had from my first husband. This one here is going good, and so on. I said, have you checked yourself? Most times when there is a conflict in a relationship, two people contributed towards it. Yes, your husband may have had his fault, but your husband did not leave a perfect woman. Your husband left somebody he also felt had some issues. She said, no, not her. And so she's enjoying her second marriage. Sometime later I met her. I said, how's the husband going? She said, well, Mike, me and the husband separate. And the next time I saw her, me and the husband divorced. She says, I not built for marriage. Probably God don't want me to be married. What are the chances? What are the chances of that? Except it might be that she's not changing anything that she had, because in her head, she is the ideal woman. As so many people fallaciously conclude to themselves. that they are the ideal person. They are the king, they are the queen. But this person lacks. Nothing is going to head you to the slaughterhouse of divorces faster than that narcissistic mindset. Yeah? I'm telling all you as it is tonight, because tomorrow is a public holiday, that all you can call me to abuse me. I let all you know. Right? You all heard me there. If you don't agree, tell me you don't agree. Challenge me. Let me meet you at OK Corral. Yeah. So, let's go. We're coming down to the hour. Alright, so which one we are now? We did the defenses. We defend ourselves because we've been hurt in the past, etc. So, I want to deal with this one. I haven't dealt with all of them, because there are some others. I went off in a tangent tonight, so I couldn't cover everything. And there again, I do only cover 2 more. I will cover 3 more, so to make sure that I don't cover less than I did last time. Oh no, yeah. I think I did 2. No, I think did 2 last time. So this time I did 3. What is it I tell you? Attraction. There are some people good at being attracted to the wrong person. Will you hear me? There are some people very good at being attracted to the wrong sudden. Where you sometimes you ask yourself, what is some people's brains? When you take an intelligent young lady, bright young lady, successful young lady, and see who she selects as her spouse. And I don't like it when they talk about making the issue about the man in the relationship only. Because a man could never get into a relationship if a woman does not want to. She can only be in a relationship outside of rape. And rape is not a relationship. Rape is a criminal act. But she can only be in a relationship if she selects and opts that man. The man could woo, pursue, and run after her, but he could never get into the relationship until she says yes. So sometimes you see some ladies and you say, but why is she settled for this? Because they think the same brain that makes them academically astute, the same kind of acumen that you have in business, same kind of talent that you have that make you successful as a private person, business person, is the same thing that you're bringing into a relationship. No, when you come into a relationship, it's a horse of a different color. So some people, men also, you see some good men, and you ask them, men, oh heavens, is that the best you can do? Is skirtail, I should say, is skirtail you like so? Clearly the girl is a gold digger. Clearly the girl is into selling her body because she's more concerned about her body and how she looks than a relationship. Clearly she is not settled. Clearly she is a bit fickle, and you get into that. So one of the things that they said why some people are still single is that they have unhealthy attractions in relationships. The imagery, you understand me? And that makes it so bad. Alright, so I'm going to drop one more. I'm not going to stay too long on that, because I want to be able to give one more. Let me see what people are saying. We all have flaws. That's right, Ken. And once we accept that, we will take our eyes off the flaws of our partner and start looking at our own flaws, because our flaws trigger our partners. Yes. Rose, good evening. How are you? Nice having you, my lady. I hope you're doing well. Yep. Awesome. But Rose, you know you come in class late. Do you know the rules of the class? That we start at 8 o'clock and you'll be here. Even if we start late, you are to be sitting waiting, Rose. Alright. Rock and come in, have a seat. Frida Lakes, as individuals, sometimes we go into a marriage hoping to fix or change the other person, while not looking at themselves to see where they can do better. Nice thing for me to use as a teachable moment. I agree with Frida Lakes. You cannot change people. For heaven's sake, want to stop that? You cannot change people. There is no way you could do that. The only person you could change is yourself. So, you can influence change in people, which is different from trying to change people. We spend so much time quarreling about some people and their behavior and how they this, they that, and I don't know why you didn't change your ways and so on, and you will never change, and we tell them all kind of things. But do you know that hostility towards the person in telling them to change is also affecting that person? So you influence people to change by the way how you operate. So the Bible puts it this way: a soft answer, me answering you softly, turns away your wrath, your anger. So if I answer you softly while you are screaming and shouting and so on, eventually your temperature will come back down. And if your temperature keeps going up without my signing up for your class to join you in those heights, then that means you have a mental issue. And my quarreling with a person who has a mental issue is going to be manifesting that I myself may have a mental issue to be doing such a thing. So therefore we step down. I'm listening to you. Yes, I hear what you're saying. Could you just take down the tone a little bit? Thank you. Appreciate that. Because I want to hear everything that you're saying. Because I care for the things that bother you. Sooner or later the person's going to back down. You hear me? So try to influence people by not mimicking them. They shout at you, you don't have to shout back. They did not treat you good, you don't have to treat them bad. You don't have to try to compete for the bottom. They're going low and you trying to go lower to show how bad you are. That doesn't help a relationship. But we're going to talk some things in some other programs coming up. You're welcome, Rose. Thank you very much. You are forgiven. Alright? Are there any perfect relationships, or can they be class successful work on progress? Let me tell you, I have spoken to hundreds and thousands of people. Thousands. I've been a licensed marriage officer for probably, I'm sure, near 30 years. I've performed so many marriages. Even the successful marriages will tell you that they have so many issues. And many times they thought of leaving the relationship. But what they had was resilience. They weren't giving up easily. So they're now on a nice plateau, now sailing nice. But they're still having problems, but not enough problems to derail them. So there's no perfect relationship to your answer. So successful does not mean problemless. Alright. Michelle, you know, I had you in mind recently. Good evening to you. You come late to the class, you to yourself. Alright. So I will have to close off at this point. Yeah. So unhealthy relationship. the polarity is not there. Let me repeat for those who just coming in. If you want to take the program in search of self, because that's where it has the change has to be for us to be able to get better results in relationships. There is a on my website www.michaelatstewart.com www.michaelatstewart.com. That's where, don't forget the AT, eh? Some people figure that they could forget the AT, right? So that program is going to show you how to find the way how your thoughts are and find a solution to it. There are about 14 videos I did to be able to show you that. Right? So if you look on the screen, I just put it there. On the screen is the website michaelatstewart.com. Look for there are a number of courses that are there, but you look for the course In Search of Self. You sign up, you pay the necessaries, and then you at your own leisure, at your own pace, can go through those 14 programs, and you will find yourself inside of it. If you don't, call me. Even while you're looking around it and you have any questions, feel okay to call me. My number is on top of it. Anybody could find me. 868-480-0080. Yes? The only person that you can't find is a criminal. Everybody else you could find. I am one of them. Okay, that brings us to the end of the program. I always enjoy having you all on. Edwin Tulsi. Thank you very much, Edwin. Thank you, Chef. Yeah, Miss Kwaku. Alright, Kwaku says, thank you very much. Kwaku says, great session. Appreciate it. Marcia Saunders, good evening. Alright. So, let's ask my good friend who I always get away with to take us out. God bless you all. See you all next week Thursday.
Shake it.